So now we will discuss all the in-text questions. So in page number 168, NCERT textbook, the first question says define the principal focus of a concave mirror. So question is define the principal focus of a concave mirror. So while explaining theory, I have explained what is principal focus. So question is define the principal focus of a concave mirror. So let me explain it theoretically first. If this is the concave mirror, so you know this straight line which is passing through the pole of the mirror is principal axis. So if I take some rays passing parallel to the principal axis, after reflection the rays will converge at one specific point. So this specific point we call it as principal focus. So that you have to define here. Okay, so light rays that are parallel to the principal axis, so these are the light rays. So this is principal axis. Okay, these light rays are parallel to the principal axis of which mirror? Of a concave mirror, converging at a specific point on its principal axis after reflecting from the mirror. You can see after reflecting from this mirror they are converging at one specific point on the principal axis. Okay, so this is what we call it as focus. Okay, so this point is known as the principal focus of a concave mirror. So I will explain you once again. Light rays that are parallel to the principal axis of a concave mirror converge at a specific point on its principal axis after reflecting from the mirror. This point is known as principal focus of a concave mirror. Hope you have understood. So if they ask you define principal focus of a concave mirror in exam, so light rays that are parallel to the principal axis of a concave mirror after reflection will meet at one specific point on the principal axis. So that specific point on the principal axis we call it as principal focus. Okay, so we will move on to the next question. Next question is the radius of curvature. The radius of curvature of a spherical mirror is 20. That means they have given a radius of curvature, that is r is equal to 20. Okay, what is the focal length? So I have explained you in the formulas. While explaining the formula, I have given the relationship between radius of curvature and focus. So we have formula for radius of curvature and focus, that is f is equal to r divided by 2. Okay, here you can see it here, f is equal to r by 2, or r is equal to 2f. So they have given radius of curvature 20 centimeter. So radius of curvature of spherical mirror will be equal to 2 times the focal length. So f is equal to r by 2. Since we need to find out focal length, f is equal to r by 2. So f will be equal to radius of curvature is how much? 20. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. So 10 centimeters is the focal length. So hope you have understood this. We will move on to the next question. Name the mirror that can give an erect and enlarged image of an object. So which mirror will give erect and enlarged images? You know, convex mirror will always give virtual and erect but diminished image. Only concave mirror will give erect and enlarged image. In the last case, if you remember the table, when you place the object between focus and pole, you will get the image behind the mirror and it is virtual, erect and enlarged. So only concave mirror will give erect enlarged image. So we will move on to the next question. So why do we prefer convex mirror as a rear view mirror in vehicles? So while explaining the examples of convex mirror, I have said, so this mirror will be used as a rear view mirror in vehicles. So here question is, why do we prefer a convex mirror as a rear view mirror in vehicles? So let me explain. In the case of convex mirror, in the two cases, first case is when you place the object at infinity, and second case is when you place the object anywhere between infinity and pole of the mirror. So in the two cases also, you will be getting image as diminished, virtual, erect, right? So this is the reason we will use convex mirror as rear view mirror, and also convex mirror is diverging mirror, so it will be like this. Okay, so since it is like this, you can see large field of view. So like whatever the traffic behind the mirror, you can see the large field, like this much field you can see. So that is the reason convex mirror is used as rear view mirror in the case of vehicles. So let us go through the answer. So we prefer convex mirror as a rear view mirror in vehicles because it gives a wider field of view. As I already said, it gives a wider field of view which allows the driver to see most of the traffic behind him, right? So convex mirror always forms virtual, erect and diminished image of the object placed in front of it. So this is the answer you have to write. So we prefer convex mirror as a rear view mirror in vehicles because it gives wider field of view which allows the driver to see most of the traffic behind him, and also it always gives virtual, erect and diminished image of the objects which is placed in front of it. Okay, so next question, uh, which is in page number 171. You can sit with the textbook also. Okay, so find the focal length of a concave mirror whose radius of curvature is 32 centimeter. So you have to find focal length of convex mirror whose radius of curvature is 32 centimeter. That means they have given radius of curvature r is equal to 32 centimeter. So just before this I have solved one problem, relationship between focal length and radius of curvature, that is f is equal to r divided by 2, right? So r is how much? 32. So 32 divided by 2 is how much? 16 centimeter. So we will see the answer. Okay, see, you can see the answer here. So the radius of curvature is how much? 32 centimeter. We know radius of curvature is 2 times the focal length, so we need to calculate focal length. So we will take f is equal to r by 2. So r is 32, 32 by 2 is 16 centimeter. Okay, this is the answer. Hence the focal length of the given convex mirror is 16 centimeter.